Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading. We are entering strange new territory. It is a new moon as I'm doing this. It's a Saturday. We're in Libra season now. We've just gone into Libra season. We are new moon territory, and the days of never complain, never explain are well and truly over. Of course, I'm sure you are all aware of Valentine Lowe's book that has burst upon the scene. It's being serialized in the Times. I knew about the book. I ordered a copy already. I ordered a copy way back when it was first announced that his book was being published. It had gone to print. I didn't have great expectations of it. I hoped that the bullying would be revealed, that there would be something in the book about it, but my goodness. He has blown the lid right off that whole bullying thing just in the brief excerpts that were in the Times. And so it's the only thing that I can possibly read on today. I'm going to do a Celtic cross. I'm going to look at the situation from Harry and Meghan's point of view. And interesting to me as a reader, because a few days ago I did a reading on Ben Goldsmith's coming out and talking about Meghan being a bully. And that's the reason people don't like her. And it seemed to me in the cards that this was the start of a campaign, a slow burning campaign to take Meghan down for her bullying, and Harry possibly as well. Let's remind you, this is a tarot reading for entertainment purposes, or just my opinion or speculation. There is a disclaimer in the box below. Please read it. Please form your own opinions about Meghan and her bullying, and Harry also and his bullying, because he is complicit. He is as implicated in this as Meghan is, according to what Valentine Lowe is writing in this book. So that was the Ben Goldsmith story, and then of course this broke, and now according to the body language guy, video footage is waiting in the wings to be released. So this is a drip, and this is I think to rein the Harkles in, and possibly some of the stuff that was discussed while they were in the UK during the funeral and the lead up to the funeral. I saw Prince William reading them the riot act in a reading I did about that walkabout the Tower, that he was threatening them with all kinds of things. It does seem as if there is video footage of Meghan letting rip. And what is described in Valentine Lowe's book, the bit that was released to the Times, the most horrifying to me, among the many horrifying things, was the incident with one of the staffers. She was out to dinner on a Friday evening, and Meghan and Harry were phoning her every 10 minutes. She had to go outside to take the calls and be abused by both of them, screaming at her about something. It went on for 2 hours. It stopped, then it started again the first thing the next morning and carried on for days. There are laws about things like that. Phone calls out of office hours, that is harassment. That's not bullying, that is harassment. It's absolutely mind-boggling. The woman said there was no escape. And when you hear that people were broken, you can absolutely see why with behavior like this. So I just have to pause, because it's the usual traffic jam of dogs coming and going. And also, I'm back. My microphone fell on the floor in my excitement. I'm actually feeling quite stressed by this. I'm feeling anxious on Harry and Meghan's behalf, which is ridiculous, I know. But we seem to have got to the moment now where they're getting served. Justice is being served, and it's pretty terrifying. I know it's a moment that many people have waited for, hopefully wondering if they would ever live to see the day, and I think the day has come. But as I say, it's making me feel quite shaky and quite ill, ridiculous. But there it is. That's the joys of being an empath. We're going to do a Celtic cross. Use just a regular Rider-Waite. Don't need fancy cards for this. And just see from Harry and Meghan's point of view what's going on in Montecito right now, what challenges they're facing, what's going on behind the scenes. Is there negotiations, threats? Are they focus? The past card is about them and Valentine Lowe, because he did, of course, when he revealed the bullying, he was the one who broke the story. He did send, I think, a copy of his article to Meghan's lawyers, and they said, go ahead, we're not going to do anything. So that's interesting. Past, they seem to think, well, so what? Future response, are they going to sue? What are they going to do, Harry and Meghan? And then look at them individually and see how bad it is for Harry and how bad it is for Meghan. It's very interesting to me just yesterday, I did a reading on them and Tom Bower and the Tom Bower book, and it's the story that Harry is so blinded by Meghan, blind devotion, that, as I called it in that reading, that he wants to sue Tom Bower. But I think that's all been taken out of the way now by this Valentine Lowe book. So we'll see if there's going to be litigation, and lots more to read on this book. But I just want to know right now, what's the temperature in Montecito? And the underlying energy is the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, card that's came up yesterday in I think that particular reading, or one of the readings I did yesterday anyway. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. This is, oh boy, this is losing money. This is running out of time, really, for things, to make your mark, to make your millions, losing money big time, and it doesn't bode well for them. This is a reading from their point of view, and it does not bode well for them in terms of how they are going to make their millions, how they're going to look at this moment in their lives and future and say, well, that's when I lost everything. That's the underlying energy. Seven of Pentacles is about investments, is about taking stock and losing heavily. Now this is where they are in this, and I've been called to look at the next card at the bottom of the deck, and the next card I sometimes am called to do this is the Ten of Swords, and that tells its own story. That is ruin, that is rock bottom. So the situation right now in Montecito, what's going on with the two of them? The Knight of Pentacles in reverse, very angry. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse is a bad-tempered card, a sort of sullen and sulky card, but it is also a journey that's being stopped. When it's upright, it's slow progress, solid progress, heading towards a very comfortable destination, an abundant destination. But in the reverse, that road, that journey is over. That knight has basically fallen off his horse and landed on his head, as I always say with Prince Harry. It's the Prince Harry card. This is a bad moment for him in particular. Because he is coming out looking so bad in this as well. So I think he's going to be very angry about what's going on, but also knowing that some kind of journey in his life has stopped. And it's a big journey. It's that journey of being a prince in the royal family. It's that journey of being invited to all the good gigs and getting the good seats, and being fawned over wherever he goes, and that is over. This book really reveals the awfulness of his personality, and he is not happy. Challenges that they are dealing with right now in Montecito. That's an angry prince. They are stuck in this, can't get away from this. Eight of Cups, but in reverse. Eight of Cups, walking away from something that has caused a lot of trouble in your life, and you're putting it behind you, walking away. They can't walk away from this. They left the UK. This is something that has dogged them for ages. It dogged them so much that it seems to be the reason why Prince William separated the two couples and moved them out of the foundation that he and Catherine and Harry were busy with together, cut them out, sent them away, separate, excuse me, my throat chakra, not happy today, the anxiety. separated them, sent them on their way, separated staff. It's been going on for ages, and it's dogging them still, and they can't get away from this. This is a stain on them that is going to follow them around. So what's going on behind the scenes, just in terms of their negotiations, their deals, impact that it's having right now on them. And we get the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. This is very bad. This is a big deal for them. This is going to cost them. It's going to cost them in terms of loss of support. This is like a huge turning point in their lives for the worse. How can someone like Better Up carry on in a business venture with Prince Harry, where he is abusive? He's an abusive bully, very clearly. It's documented. And as people point out with this particular story that has been released, the one of the endless phone calls, there is a reason why that one in particular has been released, because phone calls are documented. All you have to do is get phone records. So Meghan can deny it as much as she likes, but the phone records tell their own tale. And it's bullying, it's harassment, very clearly out of office hours, on and on and on, every 10 minutes from both of them. This is a calamitous moment in their lives, because it's going to turn people against them. It's a tide turning against them. This is behind the scenes at the moment. You might find that people are already getting on the phone to them and saying, we're ending our deal with you. We don't want to be associated with you anymore. This is massive. They're focused right now. We know that they've lost Sunshine Sachs, is to get good PR out to Page of Wands. They're going to try and spin this. It's my spinning card. It's PR card. Good news. We're going to put good news out. We're going to send good messages out. And there have been those cut and paste messages about how wonderful Meghan Markle is. It's been in a particular stable of magazines, a literally cut and paste job about, she's such a humanitarian and she does all this good work for blah, blah, blah. And it's repeated and repeated and repeated in all the magazines and all their accounts, Instagram, Twitter, in this particular stable. It's pretty desperate. It's a smear campaign, but it's the wrong word. But it is literally laying it on with a trowel to try and prevent people from focusing on this huge negative that has come out now. The past, how were they braced for this? Did they think, oh well, who cares? He's not going to reveal anything. They didn't seem particularly concerned when he broke the story. So were they upbeat in the past? Yeah, they thought they were going to be protected by the royal family. 10 of Pentacles. They thought they had the royals stitched up. They were under the wings of the royal family, the protective embrace of the royal family. And of course, the bullying report was buried, will never see the light of day. But it looks like some of the people involved are ready to speak. And also, again, I'm not a lawyer, so I'm not claiming legal knowledge, but from what I gather, in my opinion, when somebody has done something illegal or criminal or wrongful as well, in an employment environment context, and you have signed an NDA, you're not bound by that NDA. So people are obviously feeling that they can come out and tell their truths to all the broken people can come out and speak to Valentine Lowe, but they thought that they were protected. They thought they could make this go away. They thought of whether they had to pay people to make it go away. The royal family has allegedly paid quite large sums to some of the people involved to make them disappear and to make the stories disappear. They were very, very confident that they would get away with this. What a pair they are, despicable pair. The level of contempt that I feel for them now is really almost scary. Next steps for Harry and Meghan. How are they going to respond to this? We know they're going to be pumping out PR, but are they going to be suing? Are they going to be running to lawyers? What are they going to do? Woof. That's a give up card. 10 of Wands in reverse. Can't do this anymore. Can't do this anymore. Reach the end of the road. It could be that this is the straw. This is literally the straw that breaks the camel's back. We've got two 10s here. They're both very bad. the Ten of Wands in reverse. Somebody can't do this anymore, can't be on this journey anymore, can't carry these burdens anymore, is going to give up. I would speculate that it's Prince Harry is the one that says, I can't do this anymore. This is just all too difficult. I'm constantly having to fight back, clap back. I'm constantly under attack. I'm all alone. It's my lonely card, the Ten of Wands. This person is struggling along by themselves, carrying this awful burden, nobody helping. And when the card is in the reverse, they're still by themselves and they just give up. They fall over, drop the burdens, and just walk away from the mess. Somebody is going to be walking away from the mess. For each of them individually, how's it going? How bad is it? How do they feel? Harry. Harry is trying to find some equilibrium in this situation. He doesn't think it's too bad. And of course we see from the excerpt that this was his behavior. Meghan basically a similar kind of personality, and just put the two of them together, and it went exponential, it went nuclear. But he doesn't think it's that bad. He is thinking, I can sort this out. I can possibly buy my way out of this with money. This is my speculation according to the Two of Pentacles. It's a balancing, it's a juggling, it's a finding equilibrium. It's a where do I spend my money, put my effort, where do I prioritize, how do I prioritize things, how do I balance this? So it's thinking that this can be sorted out. He does think it can be sorted out. He doesn't think this is so terrible. He really doesn't. Really, he's a dimwit beyond all imagining, with this idea that he can fix it. Someone will fix it, because someone always does come along and fix it and sort it out and even things out and smooth things over, and then it's all fine. A little bit of money, a little bit of time, a little bit of effort, not his, someone else's, and it can all be sorted out. How is she feeling right now? Yeah, it's come down for her. Maybe she's the one that goes with this. And then we'll hear that it was just also awful in the royal family, and they were so mean to her and so nasty, and she can't bear it anymore. They're all against her, and so she's going. But this is a calamity for her. He thinks he's going to get away with it. He thinks it's going to be fixed. She knows this is it for her. This is the ruin coming for her. This is the end. A shock. This is a real shock. She didn't expect it. She thought she was safe with that Ten of Pentacles. She thought she would always be safe. They buried the report. The Queen never complained, never explained. Recollections may vary. Whatever Meghan did, whatever insults were hurled, whatever attacks, whatever threats, no consequences. And Harry seemed to live his life like that as well. He probably told her, no consequences. Charles always guilty. Charles will always pay, will always hush things up, will always do whatever, feels guilty about what a terrible father he was, blah, blah, blah. Didn't see this one coming. Didn't see it coming, and this is devastating to her. So their hopes and fears, we've already seen hopes and fears, but what are they? Well, what are they particularly worried about? And this is the Queen of Swords in reverse. This is somebody coming for them. This is what they're afraid of. To me, this is that they no longer have the protection of this Queen of Swords. Queen Elizabeth very often came out as the Queen of Swords in readings. Her official birthday was a Gemini birthday. She was officially an air sign, even though she was a Taurus. This is in the reverse now. And the sword is down, which often means silence in the sword cards. But her sword is down. She's gone. She's gone, and the one that protected them has gone. It connects with that Ten of Pentacles for me. And they know that they're in trouble now. Possibly also, they are very afraid of one of the women involved, who seems to be ready to speak. Samantha Cohen is quoted directly in the Valentine Lowe article, the excerpt in the Times. Could be her, but they are very concerned about one of the women in this situation, in this scenario. One of the women who was involved, who now is in the reverse, who has become an enemy, has become a threat, a menace. Queen of Swords upright, she's fair, she's honest, she's shrewd, She's a straight talker, but she's not cruel. In the reverse, she's cruel, she's vicious, she's coming for you. And oh boy, you better watch it. I think that they are particularly afraid of one particular woman who obviously isn't intimidated by them, isn't cowed by them, and isn't going to back down. I'm not seeing litigation here. I'm seeing fear. I'm seeing real shock. I'm seeing exhaustion and quitting and letting go, giving up. I'm seeing ruin. I'm seeing stuck. I'm seeing the tide turning now, that they're going to lose deals, they're going to lose support. Outcome for them of all of this conflict. They're embattled. They're going to be facing there's going to be arguments wherever they go. Fighting, it could be fighting amongst themselves because it is infighting. Apologies for the dogs, it's dog barking time of day. But the Five of Wands is very often people fighting with each other, a couple arguing or a team arguing. So there is that energy. This is going to lead to a lot of conflict and aggression and difficulty for them. The journey ahead for them is not smooth. And for them as a couple, it could be particularly difficult and particularly jarring, having to look at each other and realize that they have run out of time. The underlying energy of the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. They've run out of time. They've run out of options. They have lost. They have squandered everything that was good that they were given. They had this opportunity to make their nest egg, to do well, to build for their future, and they squandered it, and now they face ruin with that Ten of Swords. So a very uncomfortable future for them as a result of this. They're up against it. It looks like people are going to be coming out of the woodwork finally and letting them have it. This is going to open the floodgates, as far as I can tell from this reading, that people will be coming forward and saying, yeah, it happened to me too. This is my story, and I was silent, I was afraid, I was bullied, I was intimidated, I was threatened, I was whatevered, but now I want to tell what happened to me. They're going to be getting it from all angles, as you can see from that card. So that's the reading. We'll be reading a lot more on this, I'm sure. But anyway, that's the start of it all. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again tomorrow.